Hi there, Vibe Gardeners. Welcome to this episode of Vibe Gardening from Edition, where we're going to go into a little bit about what's happening now, October 11th, in my garden. This year has been a lot of heat waves, and we're going to see how it has affected Southeast Michigan, at least in my garden, and we'll see what we can learn from it. So, with that said, let's go. So, if you've been tuning in this season, you'll notice that my eggplants have been doing really well. As you can see, they're still producing. I just harvested another batch last week and made about a couple gallons worth of baba ganoush. And here we are. I think we're going to be pushing past 60 eggplants by the end of this growing season for some crazy reason. The heat wave has really helped push the eggplants way past the season they should be for zone 6A. I think it's going to be a historic year, but it's my first year, so, well, here we are. So with this massive green, as you can see, we got eggplants all over. These are the eggplant leaves. And then we got these celery leaves. The celery here, they've been thriving quite well as companion plants for these the eggplants. And it has really been great because I've been doing a cut and go technique, whereas I don't just take the whole entire head. So I can have multiple harvests throughout the season. And it's been producing so much that we barely made a dent on the population. I think we overplanted because both my wife and I, we both have been planting them. So next season, we are definitely going to reduce our celery production because we definitely outgrew what we can consume. But it's been a great year and it's still going. I've not seen any flower or anything yet. So, well, soon when first frost comes, whenever that'll be, because it's not in the next 10 to 14 days, we will be, deadheading these things and getting the rest of the celery. But they're doing just great. As we can see, another great performer this year is my marigold. And at this point, they're still going strong. I don't know what the flowering season for them are, but it's October 11th, and they're growing just fine right now. And I do still have some bumblebee coming around. Surprisingly, I thought they might all be done by this point, but just today I've seen about two of them hang around. So they're still loving it and pollinating. So here we are. So my tomatoes had the final red ripe tomatoes about a week ago, and I've seen these green ones hang around. They have not really progressed, and I'm not surprised with the temperature the way it is. But I guess when the time comes and I see them truly start fading, I will take recipes from my Indian friends who insist that I can do pickled green tomato and get great dishes out of them. So this must be the year for me to try them out. So keep looking for the shorts. I might post a recipe at one point. I was able to finally harvest about four bell peppers this year, two yellow and two red. This one's still coming. I believe there's still a little bit left on the bell peppers. But we'll see how that comes. I mean, 16 pepper plants and only four peppers this year so far. I guess the heat wave really did a number on my crops. So my berry garden is still doing quite well. As you can see, the sage is just doing fine with the current temperature. I think it's designed for this. And finally getting my second wave of dill seeds coming up. And mint is just being mint. And can't quite find where my savory are because it got overshadowed by the sage. And everything seems to be doing quite well. And the rosemary, well, they're still being just fine as well. Speaking of bumblebee, here's one right now. It's rather small compared to some of the other ones I've seen in the past couple of days. And right here, I think it was a grasshopper back there. I don't know if you guys can see it. So pollinators are still around, but they're definitely declining in number big time. My parsley has definitely started declining, which is expected with this kind of temperature. And I'm really waiting for the seeds to cure and be able to be saved for next year. But as you can see here, it's still coming along. Like it's taking a long time to cure compared to cilantro, dill, and all my other herbs. So we'll see when these guys come around. Of course, the star of this year, this is the cucumber moonshot experiment. I already got two um, female flowers going and 2 male flowers. Now the funny thing is we got 2 female flowers on the right side or left for you guys, and then the both male flowers on the other plant. So they're actually uh, homogeneous in their type of flowers. But either way, I've already hand pollinated these 3 times, basically doing the bumblebee tour where I would dab a cotton swab on every single flower to hopefully simulate pollination. Even though we do still see some bumblebees hanging around, I'm not taking my chances and doing quite a bit of it myself to make sure that I can potentially get cucumbers still. And with the way it's been thriving so far, I'm not going to be surprised if I actually get cucumbers before the season is said and done. This cherry tomato plant seems like it might be a scene from a horror film with all the tentacles of its vines everywhere. And it really looks like the leaves are kind of done. But even though at the end of the season, right now it is in peak production, I'm getting about 2 or 3 quarts in the past couple of days from it. So, and I feel like it's still got a few more uh, fruit to give. So we'll see how much we get from it. The final crop here is my New Mexico hatch peppers. And so as you can see, we're down to really just 1 plant now. The other 2 have died away, and I have pulled them back. And it's still producing, even with nighttime temperature dipping below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, or well into under 5 Celsius. It's still doing quite well, as you can see. It's still a little bit of yellowing, but not that bad at all, considering that it's a very warm weather um, uh, produce. And I really think this is going to be the strongest genetic variant I have. And I'm going to let the peppers die on the vine and or branches, and basically save these seeds as my genetically strongest ones in my batch. And this will be great for next season. So you can see 2025 has been quite the season. Not only has it been my second season gardening, the heat wave has been really very unusual for Southeast Michigan. And with a temperature like that, as you can see, a lot of things thrived while others didn't do well at all. And so this is what happened in my garden. And I hope you enjoyed the little tour and update in mid-autumn here in my garden. All right, until next time, keep gardening and keep vibing.